You don't often see Abandoned Imperfect on ladder anymore, do you really? I think there was a player called Aggressively Mediocre. I've not seen him play for years now, but I remember he was very good with this and he used to get value from it. So I think of him when I see this card. Now that premium does, I mean it's very subtle the effect on it, but it does make, I think because you've got the light behind him ever so slightly enhanced, it does make him pop out more. The art on this is okay, it's just nothing that exciting, is it? However, with the flame effect there, that does massively enhance the card. So say the premium. So I'm just a bit dry from all the talking. I'll say the premium is a massive improvement on the standard art there. Barbus, very fun card. I always use him for either guard or to charge. I run him in what is that? A Daedra. I have run him in animal decks before just for a laugh. The premium's better because he the effects behind him make him pop out the card a bit more. Oh, you've got his ears moving slightly in the breeze as well, haven't you? Very fun card. I like how versatile he is. This is a fun card. I think of Thin White Duke when playing this because he's played it and made it work. Pretty certain he's played this card. Premium's slightly better. You've got the flame effect on it, haven't you? Cheese Pants. I'm just giggling when I see it now because I played it in my 100 card keyword deck. I played this on ladder actually, and it got charged, and I think it got charged. What was it? It got? I can't remember. It got. No, it wasn't charged. It was battle. So it got battle, and it was able to kill a problematic creature that my opponent had just put down. So it was really good value. Plus, it survived. So I kind of look at it on effect with affection now, and that's a lovely premium as well, isn't it? It was a very fun card to play on ladder. Not often seen. This I think of Banana Schwab Friends because he used to play it a lot in his Guild Sworn Dragons. Very big threat if you put it in the field lane for drain. But very, very useful card as well. The art on it's okay, it's just a little bit drab. I suppose that does improve it because for a moment he's lit up a bit more, so I think that is better than the standard art. Not the most exciting card, hardly ever seen. The art's a bit on the boring side, isn't it? Snow effect helps a bit, but it's still a pretty boring looking card. This makes me giggle. I've played with it in Versus Arena before, so I tend to think of it in those terms. It's quite fun for get and draw. That is lovely, the premium. It just normally I don't like the effects covering the character, but it does actually doesn't make it look faded in any way, so it's pretty nice. Now, I like the art on this, there's a sense of movement with it. However, when you compare this to this premium, isn't that absolutely beautiful? He really pops out the card there, doesn't he? Absolutely lovely. Always very, very fun to see this. I know some people don't like crabs, but I think, well, they're all fairly easy to kill, so it's not a massive... I wouldn't say it's overcosted. Love the effect coming from behind the crab. It really does make it pop out on the card. Lovely premium. This is a fun card. I think it's often paired with Ring of Imaginary Might and Bone Armor for a laugh, but the art on it's okay. But looking at that version, it's way better, isn't it? Just the flames coming up in the background. It's very, very relaxing to look at. For a pyromaniac like me, isn't it? Definitely a big improvement. I missed something, I did, didn't I? Yeah, I clicked too far. I thought I had. Prize chicken. I always feel betrayed when I play Elder Gleam Matron and she gives me this instead of anything decent, so I feel just utterly betrayed and tends to pout a bit. The art on it's okay. He does stand out more with the rain effect in the background. I think of Telvanni chicken matches when I think of this card because it's just so funny. You just copy as many of them as you can and that way you can get a full lane. I just like the Angry Villager effect as well when it dies. Don't really like the art on this. I think it's a card that's mainly played in Arena. This is a case where, although I'm not a great fan of the art, the effects do make it pop out more on the card, so I'll say that's better than the standard version. It's okay. I mean, that does improve it a bit, but it's not one of the more attractive cards, is it? That's still way better than that, though. Again, not the most exciting art going, is it really? And that's even, I mean, think what that would have cost in gems before the game was shutting. That's just mad for that card. There's not much of an exciting visual effect on there, is there? This is a fun card in particularly transmogrified decks. I like the colour scheme on it as well. Very, very pretty. They could have done a bit more with the premium version though, it's just... but it's pretty enough. Now much I don't like this card, it's overused in Telvanni, isn't it really? And I think I've seen it in Empire as well. However, the art on it's quite nice. You've got the sort of green fire in the background. There's a sense of dimension to it. And even though I don't like the card, just look at how beautiful that is. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Let's just stare at that for a moment. It's very hypnotic. It's not Titan's fault, but I really don't like the fact that this card is abused with Workshop. Baseline art on it's okay. Premium's better because he does stand out that bit more. I just don't like the effect of the card. But he does pop out more on the premium for sure. I do sometimes see this played on ladder. I think it's a bit expensive for what it is because it normally gives you something rubbish. The art's a bit drab too, isn't it? Again, I mean the flame effects are nice on it, but it's nothing too exciting, is there? It's okay. This is a very fun card. I think of my friend Fierce Laughter when I see it, because she played a not Redrun, a Guild Sworn Dragon deck, but she didn't have enough dragons because she was a newer player. So she got Dragon Mound, and one of the funniest games, well, it wasn't funny for the opponent, was when she got Carl concede off it, and then the next round she got another Carl concede off it, so she ended up with like 2 Horse of the Colossus and 2 Carls on board. Very cool moment. And of course the premium, which is lovely, summons premium dragons, doesn't it? Not the most exciting piece of art, to be honest. Often played in Singleton decks. That does improve it though, the blue effect around it. It gives it an aura, doesn't it? That is lovely. I mean, it does elevate the card having that effect around it. This fearsome creature is one of the better pieces of Duema art, in my opinion. And much as I like the standard art on that, that is just absolutely lovely, the premium version, isn't it? I mean, if you it's a bit expensive and late gameish, but if you had a good enough lead, it'd be a good card to play in with your other Duema. Balls, again, it's a bit of a drab bit of art going on, but it is a fun card, and the Duema always have poor health, so it's easy to kill them. It's just you have to get the hit points in while you can. And this is a case where the effect actually makes it stand out more, so instead of being like more faded into the background, this is actually making the card art stand out more for a change. I really like that. Illusory Mimic. I do like the baseline art on this, however, I also like the premium. Basically, when I was recording the interview with Thin White Duke, I played this 100 card Dagoth keyword deck, and that got charged and ward and possibly drain as well, I think. And it was just a very funny moment. It came out and was straight into action. I love the art and the colours on it. I always think of this as being, obviously it's used in a lot of Unite decks, and also I've been used in, I've used it before in Transmogrified decks. It's good fun, and I quite like the baseline art on it. Probably unbiased because it's got that blue aqua effect. That is truly beautiful, isn't it? Really, really elevates the card. I'm a sucker for blue-green effects though, aren't I? That's definitely a big improvement on the baseline art. Now, on to the most fearsome card in the game. I mean, who wouldn't concede when they saw that? It's scary, isn't it? This is my Blue Claw Matron in all her glory. She does actually stand out better on the premium version. The effects are mainly behind her, so she does look a bit more pronounced. Pretty scary, isn't she? I mean, wouldn't you just concede off the bat when you saw something that land on the board playing ladder? Very frightening, isn't it? I do like the premium art on it. The colours are quite an interesting contrast, aren't they? Dark Harvester. Got a bit of a funny face, and the art's not the greatest on it, is it really? That is a big improvement. I mean, the green effect behind him does actually help him stand out more on the card. I do have a bit of a soft spot for this alt art version though. It was in a I think it's been around a couple of times, but it was in a Grand Melee as a reward. Yeah, I think I prefer that version. You don't really see this being played much at all. It's normally it's people who are going for the title that you get. I think it's Centurion when you've won a certain number of games in neutral decks. Not the most exciting art on this one, is it? Okay, I mean, the premium is marginally better, but it's still not the most exciting thing to look at, is it? Giant Chicken! I love Giant Chicken. I've played it in... I had a Chicken Assassin deck for a while, which I took out on ladder for a laugh. That's a couple of years ago now. And also I've played it in other sort of daft decks and also in an animal deck as well. It's just fun. But mainly played it in Telvanni Chicken, which is a lore unto itself really. But very, very fun in friendlies. I do prefer the premium version though. It's quite nice to see the feathers moving. Now, I used to play Gold Brand a lot when I was a newer player, but I suppose there's other cheaper removal these days. But the art on it's still pretty impressive. You've got the detail behind the blade, haven't you? Yeah, I think that does look lovely like that. So I'll say the premium does sort of edge out the standard version in terms of which one's the most beautiful. It's quite a subtle premium though, isn't it? I like the baseline art on Journey. It's a very, very fun card. Quite often I'll put a card deck together which is not that what would be the word? It's not optimal but quirky. And sometimes I just will pad out with Journey just for a laugh, just so that I can recycle everything. That's lovely, isn't it? That is pretty hypnotic. Very, very good card. For this one I tend to think of Aros NPO because he uses it a lot in his Nixox deck. Normally Nixox Assassin. Sometimes it does Nixox Telvanni. Definitely quite atmospheric, the premium version of this. But I think the what makes it is the sunrise and sunset behind that actually. Ah, some moose. I mean, I always call this card a bit of a git. So this is a good idea in theory to forget the draw, but it's quite hard to get value off, and also it can be taken down as a guard by dismantle. The main reason I get mildly annoyed by it, I mean the art's okay, don't get me wrong. I've not quite forgiven Moose for, I had a game where I had two of them turn up at the start, and I didn't have the rings, so I sent them both away, and then they both came back and brought a friend along, so I was sat there with three of them in my hand, and then I kept getting cards I couldn't play, so I got to turn 5 before I could play anything, and the game was pretty much lost by then. So I've not quite forgiven the Moose for that. Anyway, leaving that aside, the art is fairly good on this, and I'd say because the effects they're quite subtle, but they're in the background, so again he does tend to have more of a 3D effect and pop out of the card a little bit more. So that's definitely an improvement in the premium version. Now you mainly only see this guy when he's being generated by Sothersil, which is a very cool effect. Quite a sombre looking card, isn't it? I actually find the effect, I mean the background effect's nice enough, but that sort of gold effect at the front It's a bit distracting and detracts from the card, in my opinion. I prefer the standard art. Cool dragon, you either love it or you hate it. I suppose I used to think of Banana 12 Friends mainly because he used to play it in his Guild Spawn Dragon deck, but then he didn't run World War, so it's kind of a fairer card if you're not buffing it with World War first. So, and it would be fine if it didn't upgrade all the shouts as well, but just sticking with the art. The art's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's not. I wouldn't say it's one of the most beautiful cards in the game. It's a bit drab with the sky and that, isn't it? But it's okay, the art. It's just I wish that the card, its effect wasn't so unbalanced. Mechanar, he's great fun to play. I like the lightning effect in the sky behind him. And the premium does really make him pop out the card by keeping the effect mainly in the background, so I definitely prefer the premium here. Siege, I'm not a great fan of the base art. However, I do think that the just the effects on the premium version are it does make the card beautiful just from the colour and the interplay of the light on there, so that's a massive improvement, isn't it? Quite fond of Dwarven Colossus. I used to use him when I was a newer player. It's fun when you get the keep the guards alive and then you get something like Drain or Charge off the back of it, so that's quite a fun card. Obviously he's easily taken down by Dismantle and you have to wait ages to play him, but it's a fun card when you can get him out and get the effect going. In terms of the art, I mean, while the baseline art's good, that is just lovely, isn't it? He looks a lot more sinister in that version. So it's just, I think obviously I'm biased towards the flame effect, but it is really, really good. Siege Crawler, I mean, it's a well-known trick to actually put that in your graveyard, then get Bone Armour and what's the other one? Bone Armour and Ring of Mastery Might together, and then you get a charged creature and Mental's Ring. It sounds quite complicated, but it can be, it's quite a fun combination that people like to play. It's one of the better of looking invade cards, isn't it? It's always annoying when they get it summoned at the end when they've got a big gate and it gets charged though. It's fine when it's used in a Ring of Imaginary like tech, but I get a bit annoyed when they get it off a random pull of invade. Particularly if they've just top decked forces and they get that. Premium is lovely with the flame effect. Makes him look even more sinister, doesn't it? Now, on to the most handsome of dragons. Odahviing has always been my favourite dragon in the game. The baseline art is very, very good. However, I think maybe he was the first or second premium that I crafted 2 or 3 years ago now, because I just loved the flame effect on him. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't he? Let's just take a moment to admire the gorgeousness of that. It's just such a lovely card. I also like it when he says, "You shall die in flames." He sounds so venomous when he sort of does it, doesn't he? In fact, about 2-3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago probably, longest game I ever played was called, it was with Abner's Ark, which is a deck I made. It was like, the idea was a Noah's Ark principle, so I had a deck with Abner Tharn, and then 2 of everything, obviously just a big dragon like Odahviing in there, and resummon effects, and I was playing this, it was a 45-minute game against an invade player. I just kept resummoning Odahviing, to be mischievous, really. It was great fun. Well, not fun playing invade, obviously, but it was fun to use Abner as well to trigger his effect. So that was the main reason I was playing that deck at the time, was just to have fun, either resummoning Odahviing or getting his effect recycled, which I managed to do with that deck. Very, very handsome dragon indeed. Oh, I didn't realise I was lacking a couple here. Okay, let me just pause this a sec. So it's not Pathmax's fault that he's been overused on ladder, but he definitely has. I don't mind when he's earned in a proper dragon deck, but when people use reanimate to get him out early, it's a bit annoying. Baseline art's quite good on this, however, I do think the snow effect elevates the card. And because you got the snow effect behind him as well as in front, but it's quite thin snow, so it doesn't obscure him in any way. He just seems to pop out more on the card in that premium version, so I'd say that's better. Painted World, obviously used a lot in Unite. I do like the colour scheme on this. It's quite nice having the sort of pinks and purples in the sky, and then you've got the more tawny colours in the foreground. But that's just really lovely. I mean, okay, maybe the effect of the tree moving is a bit more like an effect of going underwater rather than an actual way a tree would move, but just the leaves come off the trees and the pretty sky. Even though it's not the most realistic rendition of a tree, I think I like the premium more. It's very pretty. Conscription, not the most exciting card going. Obviously it's well used and that, but I think the art's a bit drab. The effect behind the leader does actually help there. It makes him pop out a bit more. In fact, it makes the light at the back makes the whole of the forefront of the card pop out more, so that's a big improvement. Soulburst is a very beautiful card, even in the standard version. However, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? Really, really, really pretty. Quite hypnotic as well. Now, I always think of Banana Schwab Friends because he used to run, he loved his dragon decks, and he used to run, but they were proper dragon decks, not cheap dragon decks. So he used to run a Guild Sworn, a Battle Mage dragon, and a Dagoth dragon as well. They were the main ones he used to play. And he used to run this Alduin as he didn't have the alternative version. And I used to joke with him that this Alduin was actually, although it's not as good looking as the old art version, he's actually more of a faithful friend because he's more reliable, turning up when you want him to. Because whenever I used to play Transmogrify, the old art Alduin just used to turn up in my hand and then I couldn't Transmogrify to get him. It's really annoying, it was. And it was like 98% of the time I'd say he was there within the first 2 rounds. Anyway, I really like the premium version of the standard Alduin. I think the colours behind him really enhance him and make him stand out more. Really, really lovely. I don't mind him when he's actually earned in a proper dragon deck either. So last but not least, here's the Git himself. I call him a Git. That's my nickname for him because, as I said, when I was playing Transmogrify, he used to always turn up in my hand like in the first couple of turns. And I'd be sat there and I'd be unable to use all of my Transmogrifiers. But he's a beautiful dragon. You can't really take away from the fact that he's a very beautiful dragon, and the art is particularly good there. However, between the two of them, I suppose because that one's got more colour on it, I really like that one. That's much better in my book. Objectively, I should say that, but this one's better behaved, so as far as I'm concerned, that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it, plus the colour on it too. Anyway, that concludes my review of the card art for the neutral cards in Elder Scrolls Legends. I'll be interested to know what your favourite piece of art is for the neutral cards. Do let me know in the comments. We're getting to the final days of TESL here. This was recorded on the, let's think, 27th of January, so there's only really handful of days left. I feel very, very sad about TESL ending. This probably won't go up until after the game is finished because I've got a lot of editing to do on the card art. I'm hoping that some of you will enjoy looking back at the art and the happy memories that go along with it. It's been quite a big undertaking. It's been quite hard on my voice as well, trying to talk this amount of time recording all the card art and getting it down. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed, and let me know if you've got time. Just say in the comments below what your favourite cards used to be, because it'll be in the past tense by the time this goes up. And until we meet again, may you walk on warm sands.